Hey everyone, it's the Tide is Changing here. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to make vaulted ceilings. So as you can see here, I have this little house with a roof, and before you do vaulted ceilings you want to make sure, if you intend to have a roof over it, that it's already there, because if you do the vaulted ceiling first you will not be able to put a roof over it. It'll say something about the base being uneven, so you just want to put the roof on first, and you can still adjust the height of it. You can still do this after putting the vaulted ceiling in, so no worries about that. So now I'm going to get into how to do the vaulted ceiling. First, you want to make sure that the constraint floor elevation false cheat is on. So whoops, I forgot the floor. So constraint floor elevation false. And how I do the vaulted ceilings is I actually use the stairs rather than using the ground to level it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to a little bit away from it, about the same width as it. I'm going to just place a normal height wall, and then another one on top of it, and then another one. And that's because, you know, the foundation counts as floors, so we have 3 floors, and then we have 3 floors here. And this right here is going to set the height of the highest point of the vaulted ceiling. So the height of this top wall here. And if you want to make it a little bit higher or lower, you can lower the ground or higher it underneath of it, whatever you want to do, but I'm just going to have it like this. So right now the top floor of this is 3/4 of a wall height above the top floor of this. And also you want to make sure that you put flooring on the level you want the vaulted ceiling to be on. So the first thing that I do is I'm going to use the level terrain tool. And I'm going to find where the middle point of this is. So I think this is, so that's 13 wide. So the middle point is going to be right here. And that is about here. So I just drag that across. And as you can see, that heightened that up a little bit and didn't affect the roof at all. And now what I want to do is I want to lower this right here, this scaffolding, I guess you can call it, right here a little bit. So let's say you want it to go down by a 4th wall height level each tile. So now I lowered that by a 1/4 height level, so I'm just going to drag it across here. And then I want to drag it across this tile right here. So that should be about here. And I just drag that all the way across. And then as you can see, you can get the start of the vaulted ceiling right there. It's slanted. And then I go over to this side and I drag that across there. So now I go back to the stairs and I lower this by 1 more stair level. And now I get rid of that. And I just want to lower this. And now I want to drag it across this tile right here. So that should be about here. So I just drag that. Oh, whoops, the wrong one. Alright, so I want to get this. I want to drag it across this tile right here. So I just drag that across like so. And there you have, there you can see it once again, it's a little more slanted. And then I just do the same thing on the other side. So I want to drag it across here over here. So that should be this. And I just want to lower it once more because, like I said, this is 3/4 of a wall height above it, so it only takes 3 times to get it back down to that normal height. So I just drag that. And then I want to drag it across this one right here. So, like so. And over here on this side. And now as you can see, we have the vaulted ceiling. So it's back down to the normal wall height here. And let me make sure, yeah, so this wall is going to be a little bit taller, giving it that vaulted look. And the ceilings in here won't show up right away, so you'll be able to see all the flat parts. But if you want to be able to see the vaulted parts as well, you just select a floor tile, hold it up to the flat part, and sometimes you have to hit shift, sometimes you don't, and then the ceiling will show up. And you can make it wood, whatever you want. So, you know, I'm going to make it wood, and now you have a nice wood vaulted ceiling, and it just looks really neat, and you won't see it unless you're doing, you know, like taking pictures of your house, but it just looks really nice. You know, it's definitely a really nice touch to have. But let's say that you want it to be a little more gradual, like you feel like that's a little bit too sharp of a slope there. So now so if you want to make it a little more gradual with slope, what you can do is you can just level it again. And this wall here, let me just get rid of, yeah, sometimes the ceiling will still show through, and you should be able to just delete a floor underneath it and undo, and then it'll go away. So let me just get rid of this level, make it the normal height it was before again. And once again, I'm just going to drag the highest point across here, so across the centerpiece right here. But I want it to be a little more gradual, so what you can do if you don't want it to lower by 1/4 of a wall height each time is if you hold down Alt, it'll place only one step level at a time. So it gives you a little more control. So let's say I want to lower it by 1/3 of a wall height. So it'll take one more tile to get it back down to the regular height. So now I have those 3 steps here. So now it's lowered by 3 step levels instead of 4, so I just get rid of those. And then I hold the leveling tool. I find where it's the lowest, which is going to be right here, and I just drag that. And then once again I drag it across this spot right here, and then across this over here. And as you can see, it's a little bit more gradual, and sometimes you want it that way just so it looks more realistic, or it goes better with the roof because the roof may slope. You may not have as sharp a slope on your roof. So now I just go back, do the same thing, hold down Alt so it gets one stair, get 3 of those little 1 steps. Now I want to just get rid of them, and then go back to the level terrain tool and just drag it from the lowest point across. So you want to take it here and then drag it across. And as you can see, once again, it's a little more gradual, and then I just want to go over to the other side and drag it across there. And when you drag it across, you want to leave like a space between. So that was the last place that it was sloped at, so then I wanted to leave a space, drag it across here, so now this is flat, and then this is just now sloped as well. And now I just go back to the stairs, hold down Alt again, and add in those 3 individual stairs. And just drag it. And this time I want to drag it across this part right here. So there's 1 tile space between this last slanted part and this part. So hold that across, and then over here, I think it's about here. And then I drag that across. So now we just have 1 more tile. We have to do 1 more. And then we'll have a more gradually sloped vaulted roof. And once again, just leveling that. So now I want to drag it across here and over here. So this is our more gradually sloped vaulted ceiling. So now we can just go underneath, do the same thing that we did before to be able to see it. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so just that hold it up to now it's straightened out. So you just have to, if I can get it. There we go. So now if we want to change it, you can just, if I want to pick a different wood, I can just do that. So yeah, once again, that looks a little bit nicer, a little bit more gradual. So sometimes you do want to have a little more gradual than just what, the 4 step levels it defaults to. So you can also do 2 if you want to have it even more gradual, or 1 if you want to have it be a really gradual vaulted ceiling. So you can get pretty creative with it. So hopefully that was a helpful tutorial on how to do vaulted ceilings. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't. Thanks for watching, and bye!